How the turntables. Wait. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Shershed. We're back in it. And I gotta say, it's like it's like really humid outside, which is making it really humid in here. I may have to upgrade the AC unit. This is pretty nasty right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. Humidity's probably in the 300% range somewhere. It is moist outside. Yikes. We are in the thick of it here in southern Ohio, let me tell you. But you're not here for that. You're here because you want to see me post something. Because I haven't posted anything in a long time. If this is your first time here, I'm Sunny. This is the Shershed. And I apparently occasionally post things that are pipe related on this channel, or so I'm told. Today, not going to be a review. Just going to be a smoke with me. Just going to be chilling, having some coffee, shooting shit, and really just hanging out. Truth be told, I haven't had a pipe in here for weeks, and it's I'm kind of conflicted about it. But before I continue with that, I'm going to go ahead and get this pipe lit. I'll be right back with you. I know some of you like watching me light the pipe, but I just feel like it's too much to cut. And, or, I know that some of you like watching me light the pipe, but it just feels awkward for me. So, that's one of those things I'm going to kind of put my foot down a little bit and say, hey, I'd rather just light it and cut it in the editing and all that stuff, because it just comes across as boring to me when I'm rewatching it. So that one's more of a me thing. So if that's your preference, I apologize, but that's what I'm going to do. So I will see you guys momentarily. All right, and we're back. Thank you for waiting so patiently for the last half a second. Now, I know I said this was going to be more of a smoke with me and we're going to shoot the shit and stuff, but I gotta say, I think I'm gonna treat this as kind of a revisited as well. Today's blend that I'm smoking is JackKnife Plug, my GL Pease, and it is one of my favorite blends. And this is a Peterson 302. 302. P-lip, all that fun stuff. I love this pipe, and I primarily use this pipe for JackKnife Plug. I don't know why, but I know that I am the type that if I get a good performance out of a blend that I'm having for the first time, out of by some lucky chance, the first time I'm having it in the pipe that I'm having it in, I tend to just use that pipe for that blend indefinitely. And that's what happened with this. The first time I ever had JackKnife Plug was in this pipe, and it sung, man. It just sung, and it tasted so good, and it was everything that I could have ever imagined. So this is basically the JackKnife Plug pipe, and I love it. It's perfect every time. So this is also going to be kind of a revisited video because uh, I want to say in the original JackKnife Plug review that I did, it was, I feel like my experience was a little different with it. I couldn't tell you why. But also, I woke up this morning and I was craving this for some reason. And there's a reason, apparently, that I'm not aware of. That said, I am so glad that I was craving this because it is hitting the spot. So, gonna kind of treat this as a second go around review of this one. It is truly, truly wonderful. If you've never had it, it's not for the weak of heart, not for the faint of heart. It is a strong blend. It has red Virginias. I believe it's got some burleys. Kind of a kitchen sink blend almost. And some stove stuff. I can't remember off the top of my head, okay? I don't remember everything that's in this. What I do know for a fact is that it's delicious. It does come in a plug version and a ready rubbed. I prefer the plug. The flavors marry together much better in the plug. And it truly is some wonderful stuff. It's good to have first thing in the morning with a cup of coffee if you have the constitution for it. It's good to have, a couple hours before bed. It's one of the few, and I don't mean this as a insult to Greg Pease or anything, but at least for me personally, this is a blend that I continue to come back to without fail regularly. I can't really say that about any other GLP's blends. Not that I don't like those, but this one is a repeater for me. I know a lot of people get well, new pipe smokers mostly get intimidated having to deal with a plug. I totally get it, but it's really not that hard. Cut flakes off of a plug, and then from there you treat it like a flake tobacco. That's really about it. You can fold stuff, you can rub it out, you can do whatever you want. It's really versatile. And as I said, since it's a plug, it marries the flavors just beautifully. It's unbelievable. I feel like I'm giving you some beard scratch on the microphone here. Let me adjust that. That should be better. I love this blend. If you couldn't tell, I've probably got, I don't know, 10 or 15 tins of this just aging. By the time I get to them, if I were to open all of them up at the same time, it would probably be equivalent to a big ass earthquake, basically. Which, not gonna lie, would be kind of cool. So, new pipe smokers, please do not let the plug intimidate you. It's just like any other tobacco. You just have to have a knife and a cutting board. That's it. From there, do whatever you want with it. Hell, you could even chew it. Usually what I do is I cut a couple regular size flakes, maybe an 1/8 inch, 1/16 of an inch thick. And then I cut a couple, paper thin slivers and basically break that up. I break it all up, but in separate piles. Go watch the video I'm going to put up here in a minute. After this video, go watch that one. I show you how I prepare my plugs. And I think I did it with a Peterson's 3 Pease. And I do all my plugs the same way. And I get great results. Basically make The very bottom, like 99%, 98% of the bowl is the regular size flake. And then the last 2% or so is basically a shag. And I mean a fine shag to use as kindling, basically. And it works like a charm every time. You don't even have to really fuss with drying it out much. It does that well. Absolutely wonderful stuff. Like, it's like smoking a red Virginia blend that has an attitude, like a bad attitude problem, but not one that you would go, oh, this smokes like crap. What I mean is, it's like having a red Virginia blend that just comes with way more nicotine, and it is divine. I know there were some of you, or one of you out there, that had commented about my gulping. I'm drinking coffee, man, and I got a microphone right here. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to stop drinking coffee on my videos. Not going to do it. If that causes you to not watch my videos anymore, sorry. Speaking of this blend, if you've had this before, put it in the comments and let me know your thoughts on it. I know the people that have had this one typically love it. I know I do, and it's one of those funky ones that I know I'm the type that I have blends that I have in the summertime when it's hot, and I have blends that I have in the wintertime when it's cold. This is one of the few that I feel like you can have all year long, through any type of weather, any type of climate, whatever. It's just a good, solid blend, and it's always good. Some really tasty stuff. So, JackKnife plug. If you have not had this before, do yourself a favor and go get some. On to other things. There are some very interesting happenings and goings on around here right now. Work has been going pretty well. We've really had to fight the rain, and it has been a struggle. Just had a pretty big new housing development project start. And I've been, as you know, or as many of you know, I'm a water and sewer inspector for the county. So I've had to watch so far up to this point, it has only been the sewer going in. So, been overseeing that. Well, the crew that was putting it in got pulled off and got sent to another job. So I've kind of been in limbo as to what I can do and what has needed to be done. So that resumes on Monday. So tomorrow. That should be fun because, well, we're forecasted to get a ton of rain tomorrow. Surprise. But we will persevere and push through. Other things going on. I am currently getting a musical project together, and I am incredibly excited about it. It will not be originals. It will be 90s and 2000s alternative. Think less grunge. Think less Pearl Jam and Nirvana and more Gin Blossoms and Third Eye Blind. It's going to be a blast. I am absolutely stoked about it. Met up with the guys we have so far, which we need a drummer still. So if anybody knows any drummers in the Dayton area, let me know because we need one. Uh, so we've got 2 guitar players, bass player, and me. I'll be singing. And it is going to be absolutely phenomenal. I cannot wait. Met up with those guys this past week. Great group of guys. Really good dudes. Like I said, we just need a drummer. We've got our first practice coming up this week, and I'm just over the moon. I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. I know the music project that I was in Albuquerque was originals, but there's so much work that comes with having an original band versus a cover band. There are a lot more challenges, a lot more hurdles, and a lot less potential to make decent money. Now, I wasn't trying to get rich by any means. I really just wanted to make it at least like a part-time job that I could go part-time with my day job, you know? I mean, the amount of work that goes into it is monumental. And I was doing a lot of it myself, and I probably wasn't pushing the other guys enough to help me with what I needed help with. Probably shouldn't have had to ask, but that's how it was. That said, this band, all of the guys are completely willing to, you know, take up their fair share of the workload, whatever that may be, which is still, it's going to pale in comparison to what one would do in an original band. So even still, that offer and that willingness to help is priceless. And I mean, these are family guys, and you know, they got kids and all that stuff. It's awesome. So really excited about that. Just need a drummer. I actually need to. Normally this stuff doesn't get very damp, moist, whatever. Sometimes it does, and that's okay. We're gonna Bob Ross this shit. Happy little pipe cleaner. Just dunk that bad boy in there. You should be good. That's another reason why I love P-Lips. I love the system. You don't have to worry about, oh, am I gonna snap my shank or any of that. It just, very little fuss. And we kind of opened up a bit of an airway in there. So I'm really excited about this band. It's going to be a lot of fun. Uh, I think one of the best things about it is, I mentioned there are fewer hurdles to climb because if you're doing a good mix of, you know, the specific time period we're going to be focusing on, if we do a good mix of those, we can pretty much play anywhere. We could play festivals, we could play bars, we could play casinos, we could play anything. And, it's much easier to build up a repertoire of music that you can play because it's already written. You don't have to spend the time, you know, writing new stuff because it's already done. And the benefit to that is the time you save and the flexibility that you have to play the amount of places. Whereas in an original band, I mean, it could take, if you've got 4 or 5 guys that are busy all the time, it could take a month to write a song. And that's just to get the bare bones of the song done. Uh, Composing takes a lot of time. So, if you think about it, just to get the bare bones of a song down, if it takes a month, it probably takes 2 months to get that song down to where it's ready to play live. That's really not, and that's been my experience in my previous band. Uh, just because the guys, they had families. I mean, I did too, but they had families and they had their priorities set up differently. Can't fault them for that. They, but I mean, no matter how you slice it, it took us a while to get a song ready to play live. Uh, so average that out, it's going to take you 2 years to have what, 12 songs ready to play out, and that's still only, what is that, like an hour and a half worth of material, maybe. Whereas cover band, we could have a whole set ready to go in a month. Now I'm talking like a 2 hour, maybe a 2 hour set. It's a lot less pressure, is what I'm saying. And that's really what I was wanting. And the group of guys that I somehow have been able to put together here, they're all super stoked too. It's going to be an absolute blast, and I cannot wait to get it off the ground. That said, we may not end up playing shows till the spring. Um, None of us are really in a hurry. We're excited to get it off the ground, but none of us are really in a hurry. So as soon as I have more information on that, i.e., a band name, a Facebook page, whatever, I'll let you guys know. And if you wanted to follow, you can follow that. Uh, I know for a fact that the 90s evoke, well, the 90s time period and 90s and 2000s music evoke a very peaceful, positive feeling within me, because those of us that grew up throughout the 90s and into the 2000s, it was a much simpler time. And I know every generation can say that, okay? I'm not saying that, oh, people from the 60s said that about the 50s and people from the 70s said that about, whatever. Like, the 90s were just this very interesting time where the internet was just kind of coming into being. Uh, we didn't have crazy threats other than, like, I know Iraq was popping off pretty bad, but there wasn't this looming fear of what we have today. There wasn't COVID. There wasn't. Uh, I don't know. It's so hard to put it into words, but when I listen to the music from that time period, it makes me feel so positive and so hopeful and just at peace. Yeah. So, if you couldn't tell, I am very, very excited. As soon as I have some footage, I will I'll share it with you guys. I'm not going to share full videos on my channel because that's not what this is for, but I'm really, really excited, and I am a little bummed because you guys know that, well, some of you guys know, I've been a singer for a while, and I've got audio equipment. By that I mean microphones, stuff like that. And a couple of years ago, our storage unit was broken into. And some of you also know that I'm a drummer as well. Well, I had my drum shells. Because we were still kind of trying to figure out where to put everything. Retrospect, hindsight's 2020. I should have just brought all my music gear here to the house, in the garage, wherever. But hindsight's 2020, guys. Like I said, someone broke into our storage unit and stole my drum shells. What they didn't get was the most expensive, and any of my drummers out there, you can attest, they didn't get the most expensive stuff, which is the hardware or my cymbals. Those are now here at the house. I've yet to fully confirm it, but I'm pretty sure they also got my like $1,600 wireless microphone set up. So, yeah, pretty bummed about that. Like I said, I've got a couple more spots to check. I'm fairly certain it was in storage, but it may not have been. It might have been, I don't know, somewhere else. I'm hoping because between my wife and I, we've got 3 guitars, one acoustic, semi-hollow body, and an electric. Uh, the electric is actually it's sick. It's the Schecter Triple X, super sexy guitar. Semi-hollow body is a Ibanez, and then the acoustic, I can't remember the brand on it, but, and that's terrible. I had a sponsorship out in New Mexico, and that was one of the guitars that my sponsor hooked me up with. But anyway, those are in a closet in the house, and the closet is pretty big. I'm hoping that my wireless mic is somewhere in there. I'm hoping so hard. Otherwise, the search is going to have to continue. I don't know. Anyway, if I don't end up finding it, I'm going to end up having to sink another chunk of change into that. But I don't have to do that right now. Anyhow, yeah, I just wanted to lament a little bit on that and say that my level of hatred is liars, thieves, same thing, and then people that buy tobacco and then sell it at a crazy markup. Which, I mean, kind of puts you in the liars category because you're lying about what that tobacco is supposed to sell for. And if you do that, I hope you step on a million Legos barefoot. And I also hope that the USB plug never goes in when you're trying to plug it in. So that's going to do it. I'm going to finish this pipe, maybe watch something on the boob tube, and enjoy the rest of my Sunday. I'm very, very relaxed right now, even though it's kind of hot, kind of muggy, kind of uncomfortable in here right now. It's not awful. It's not great. It's going to have to do. I'm really just chilling out. So I hope that you guys have had a great weekend. I hope you've had a great last few weeks. I know I've been super quiet. I've just been not really feeling it lately, to be honest, guys. And I don't know why. I think it's probably the heat. I'm not a person that really enjoys the heat very much. It's not my bag, baby. So I'm going to do my very best to get past that and hopefully not completely want to die by the end of the summer. JackKnife plug, get you some. Till next time, guys. If you haven't watched any of my videos before, if this is your first time to the channel, do me a favor. Like, subscribe, like, all that stuff. Share. Tell your mom. Tell your grandma. Tell your sister. Tell your brother. Whoever. Love you guys. Thanks for sticking around, even though I've been kind of quiet lately. I really appreciate it. And until next time, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. But if you do, don't get caught. See you guys later.